I've been calling your name for 20 minutes and the ceiling hasn't moved. I'm not at the beginning of something right now. I'm in the middle of it. The thing I was afraid would happen, happened. The conversation went exactly where I begged it not to go. The news came back the way I prayed it wouldn't, and I'm sitting here, God, not at a threshold, not getting ready for my day. I'm sitting in the wreckage of an afternoon that split open without warning. And you're quiet. I need to say that out loud because it's the truest thing I know right now. You're quiet. I'm not accusing you. I'm not angry. Or maybe I am. Maybe I don't know what I am. But I know what I expected, and it wasn't silence. I expected the ground to hold. I expected that if I called out, really called out, not the polished morning kind, but the desperate kind, I'd feel something, anything. But the room sounds exactly the same as it did before I opened my mouth. I've read about this. People in scripture who screamed and heard nothing. David in caves, Elijah after the fire, Jesus in a garden asking for a different cup and getting silence before the answer. I used to read those stories and think they were dramatic, distant, the faith of people braver than me in times harder than mine. But I'm in my own version of that cave right now, and it doesn't feel poetic. It feels like being forgotten. I know in my mind. That's not true. I know you don't forget. I know presence isn't always a feeling. I know all the theology. But God, the theology doesn't hold you at 2:45 on a Wednesday when your hands are shaking and the people you thought would stay are walking out and you, the one person who's supposed to be unmovable, feel like a concept instead of a presence. So what do I do with this? I could walk away. I've thought about it, not permanently, not some dramatic exit, but I've thought about just going quiet myself, matching your silence with mine, closing this door softly and seeing if you even notice. But I won't. And I need you to hear why. It's not because I feel you right now. It's not because this is easy. It's not because I have some victorious faith that rises above the pain. It's because I've been here before. Not this exact here, but here enough. And every single time, every time you were there. Not when I thought you should be. Not how I wanted you to be. But there, afterwards. In the reconstruction. In the thing that grew from the place I thought was dead. So I'm choosing something right now that doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like a fight. I'm choosing to stay planted in a conversation where I'm the only one talking. I'm choosing to believe that silence is not absence, that you are working in the spaces I cannot hear, that this quiet is not empty. It's full of something I won't understand until later. And you, if you're listening, and I'm betting my whole life that you are, speak when you're ready. I'll be here. Not because I'm strong, because I've run out of everywhere else to go. And somehow, even that feels like a kind of faithfulness. The Psalms say it better than I can. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Psalm 27:13. David wrote that in a season when nothing around him confirmed it. He wasn't declaring victory. He was declaring loyalty. He was saying, I will not leave this story before you finish writing it. That's where I am. Not at peace, not resolved, not standing on some mountaintop of breakthrough. I'm in a valley, and it's quieter than I thought valleys would be, and I'm staying. God, I don't need you to explain this. I don't need a reason. I don't even need to feel better tonight. I just need to know, in whatever way you choose to confirm it, that staying matters, that this kind of faith, the kind without fireworks, the kind that just refuses to leave the room, counts. I think it does. I think it might be the kind that counts most. So I'll sit here a little longer, not because the ceiling moved, because I decided today, in the middle of this, that I'm not going anywhere. And if you're in your own version of this silence right now, where you've prayed and nothing shifted, or you showed up and the room stayed empty, I'm not going to tell you to speak or declare or name something. I'm just going to say, stay. You don't have to feel it to be faithful.